All right, MMA Maniacs, it's time once again for your weekly MMA podcast called Split Decision, brought to you from the Ruloff Family Inc. Studios, center of Hurricane City, California.
Dude,
outside right now.
This is like the most wind we've ever gotten a month ever.
It's weird. It's
just
just
like we're
weird.
in Holland.
So many trees have fallen down. Like the great hurricane of California 2017. So thanks for joining us, of course.
We'll rebuild.
We will rebuild. Ready to break you off some mixed martial arts news, some fight cards coming up. Of course, last week's fight card as well. And we'll see what we can give you this hour if the power doesn't go out. Hour of power. Jumping into our first story from MyMMAnews.com, there is a nice loophole that allows Elizabeth Phillips to
I don't know if it's nice.
this is something we talked about with Eric from My MMA News about. So Elizabeth Phillips, she got KO'd in Invicta at Invicta FC 21.
Yep.
And then she was able to fight 20 days later on a completely different fight card, different organization.
For Excite Fight, February 3rd. So she was given, after getting knocked out in Invicta, she was put on a suspension, a medical suspension, which happens quite often. Most suspensions are anywhere between 30 to 60 days, depending. She had a 60-day medical suspension.
From getting knocked out.
She then went to Excite Fight, which was at the Northern Quest Resort and Casino in Spokane, Washington, which is an Indian casino where it was not sanctioned by the Washington State Athletic Commission. So this does not go on her permanent MMA record. However, she was chasing a payday. And the loophole basically says that they do not have any jurisdiction on native lands. Sometimes they are invited if they want the event to be fully sanctioned and have it on their record. Like we have a lot of the ones here in Tahachi.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, okay, so if it's on sovereign territory, does that not count as a professional fight unless the governing body is there?
Correct.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to. So, however, she basically went out and fought, and she didn't get hurt, obviously, but this could be a big problem for fighters. I mean, there's some gym owners out there that are even requiring certain fighters to do brain scans. I know Conor McGregor's coach has him go in for regular scans to make sure everybody at his gym goes in to make sure that they're safe.
So he gets scanned on a regular basis?
On a regular basis to make sure.
So we have like an actual picture of what a troll brain looks like there. I'm curious about that.
That can't be good getting scanned all the time either.
It'd be fine. We have...
Only if it's aliens, then it's all right.
The UFC...
I mean, what if you fly a lot and you got to go through that x-ray a lot?
You're randomly selected every time?
I do it on purpose.
Oh, it's supposed to be random?
Yeah. I'll make a scene in the line.
So, I mean, who takes...
Frisk me.
Who takes the blame here? Does Elizabeth Phillips,
100%.
For risking her health? What about her manager? What about the promoter?
It comes down to her decision.
So even though, it's not on her professional record, they have said that, different executive officers, when she fought in Missouri, that athletic commission has said that she needs to understand that this is, because we know about this fight, it's going to have problems when she tries to get...
And it should.
Fights in the future.
There should absolutely be ramifications
suspension.
from this. 100%.
Right. See, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, you made some money, but there's a good possibility you're losing money, and you're probably you might be a small fine.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Or you might just get suspended for an extended period of time instead of being able to fight. Like, let's say you got a 60-day suspension, and they book you for a fight 90 days out. Well, now they can be like, you know what, you did this, we're not going to hold you to that fight now. You're going to have to wait 9 months or a year to fight.
No, but it's a violation. She violated. She went and fought. Even though this group let her fight, it was still a violation. She was told not to fight, and she fought.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. She could face a fine. She could face a suspension. She could face a lot of things. And it's that short money. You don't want to. Why are you chasing short money? That's dumb.
And did we find out if she did get any type of clearance? Because there is that clause too, right?
There is a clause that if you do get clearance from a medical, obviously medical professional, that you are allowed to. I mean, we've had fighters before. I mean, obviously we have Donald Cerrone who fought with a week's notice because he was originally medically suspended. He went in, he got medically cleared. He was allowed to fight.
And so did she go through the steps?
As far as we know, no. There hasn't been anything that's come out as of yet that she had any medical clearance. Just pretty much went ahead and went somewhere that she can go get a payday.
Well, then she should definitely have some kind of consequence from that. And it shouldn't be some. And the idea of getting in the fight game is to have a long career and make some serious money. That's the goal of anybody who wants to get into these kind of careers where it's sports entertainment or anything like that. Yeah, sure, it's great if you can get in and make some quick cash, but ultimately your ultimate goal should be to be there in there for the long haul and make a lot of money.
Hopefully.
Chasing that short money is not usually a good idea.
We have a bunch of little stories going on with the USADA. The first thing is that we have Cyborg is back in business. She has been granted her retroactive therapeutic use exemption by the USADA.
Better run, better hide. She's coming to get her fucking belt.
Yeah, she is.
Woo!
Jermaine Durandam is just cuddling with it right now.
She was granted her
Okay.
her exemption after a comprehensive review of the medical history and the banned diuretic in which she tested positive for. She's denied using PEDs. She took the effects to basically combat a brutal weight cut, and she took it while under the guide of a doctor. So,
Right.
Good for her. I'm interested to see what's going to happen, man. They're definitely saying that she Dana White wants to immediately put her in that into that title fight. We'll get into the fight that happened this weekend with your new title holder GDR, and she's talking about she wants a rematch with Holly Holm. Holly Holm's even trying to block or try to what is it?
Well, she's trying to repeal
her loss. Appeal her loss.
She's
so we'll get to that story here in a quick minute.
To that. But I'm really glad this for Cyborg's camp because everybody stepped forward and kept saying, I know you guys think she's dirty. You know this is happening. But we had already been talking to USADA about this.
Yeah.
So
my thing is like
I'm just
we
glad.
talked about the last
There's a little bit of redemption for
when
them.
we went back was maybe should have done it before.
Yeah.
While she started taking it, immediately go to them and go, not go after the fight and go, oh, well, by the way, we're doing it under the guise of a doctor.
Yeah, but we still.
And then we
they'll
wouldn't have-
never
and then-
tell us if they because
then we wouldn't
USADA
have the
never
suspension.
admits when they fuck up.
And then we wouldn't have the suspension.
Of course not. No,
No.
they are infallible.
You know.
I do like GDR's play on this one though, because Holly Holm was like, she hit me after the bell. I want a rematch.
We'll get to
I want to
it.
appeal my loss, and GDR's like, yeah, I don't want to fight Cyborg. You damn right, she needs a rematch.
Speaking more about USADA, we have Angela Magna posting on her Twitter recently. I think this was earlier this week about how she lives in Puerto Rico, in La Puebla.
It's Puerto Rico's sister.
La Puebla, Puerto Rico. And apparently the USADA lady would not get out of her car because she felt it was an unsafe neighborhood to come test her.
Here, pee through the window.
What is it, West Side Modesto?
Can you come pee through the window?
All the comments on her page were like, why the fuck do you live there? That is the most dangerous area of Puerto Rico. Why are you living there?
Because
Oh, really?
that helps her train.
I guess.
She's got to run to get something to eat. She's got to run right back. She's got to fight people to get through the door.
Go check your mail. That's a fight.
Yeah.
Go get the newspaper. That's a fight. Take your dog for a walk. That's 3 fights.
Look, she's 5-0 every day.
Furthermore, the USADA, they have got some new changes coming. Things that they've gone through, some revisions, some things that we have. There's a big list of a read you go through, but here's some of the highlights. There is now a new vaping rule, basically having to do with the whole Nate Diaz thing.
3 puffs.
They said recreational drugs,
Mandatory 3 puffs.
recreational drugs and alcohol cannot be used in competition. However, once the post-fight test has been administered, the in-competition period is now over. You're allowed to pretty much drink and smoke.
So you can straight up vape during the post-fight press conference.
Yep.
Nice.
The other thing is they've said is that now it has to be within 1 hour of your fight. They have this thing which this one seems a little odd to
Right,
me.
they have to test you within 1 hour of your
They have to
fight?
test you within 1 hour. If they are unable to test you within 1 hour because they can't get to you or they're too busy or whatever hell's going on, your post-fight
Then you're
test
free
is
and clear.
exempt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're exempt.
I think that's fair.
Kinda. Except for you're going to be like, we'll get to this story all of a sudden. Some juiced out roided guy's like, oh yeah, they couldn't find me within an hour because I was running around the stadium somewhere. I'm exempt!
I'm pretty sure you got to
Like the
be...
ultimate warrior, huh? Just freaking sprinting around.
Hey, pee in this guy! Damn it, he's going around again.
I'm sure you got to be in your locker. Like you got 60 minutes post-fight to be in your locker room waiting for that test. And if they don't come through, they don't come through. But then you got people like Nate who are going to be waiting to hit that dab that are going to be like
Test me now. Test me now.
Yeah.
Test me now.
watching the clock.
Catch me outside. Bring your cup.
Catch me outside.
And the new start of in competition is defined as noon the day before your fight.
Noon. All right. Cerrone's going to have to give up them beers.
See that? Yeah, that's it. Ultimate.
Yeah, what he was
we
saying,
started talking
yeah.
about. I was like, well, what about Cerrone? He said he'd drink like right up to walking in.
He's going to drink right up until noon.
We have any fighter who leaves the UFC by choice and returns will be subject to 6 months in the testing pool before eligible to fight. This was originally a 4-month period. Now it's a 6-month period. However,
unless they give you exemption.
well, hold on. However, if a fighter is released
Yeah, okay.
involuntarily, they're only subject to 1 month of testing.
If they're brought back.
If they're brought back. First time fighters are likewise subject to a 1 month period so they can try to bring guys in quicker. However, there is room for exceptions. UFC may grant an exemption in exceptional circumstances or where the strict application of rule manifests unfair to the athlete, just like we talked about with Brock Lesnar. And the 1 month period can be waived for a fighter if they're signed as a replacement on the card. So if you get brought in short notice, you only got a month, they'll be able to put you in there.
A month or less.
A month or less, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than involuntary full release.
A third change centers on past
another pair of shorts.
Past use of PEDs. If a fighter has used PEDs prior to signing with the UFC and they disclose the use, they're subject to 6 months of testing and will not be penalized. However, if they do not disclose the past use and a positive test is found, even if the doping took place prior to the UFC, they'll be subject to a sanction.
That's interesting. So
basically,
USADA's not going to do any of their own research on these guys?
So rat yourself out and save yourself 6 months.
Yep.
I don't understand why USADA wouldn't have files on them, though.
Some of these guys come from countries where they don't have athletic commissions.
I like that, though. Rat yourself out, save
Russia?
yourself 6 months.
I guess. Yeah.
And the fourth one is that fighters subject to provisional suspension can request a hearing via conference call with a single arbiter to determine whether or not probable cause exists to pursue the anti-doping violation charge. And lastly, the fighters are no longer prohibited from training with others who have been sanctioned, which basically, if they were unsanctioned fighters, if they weren't allowed to train with them, now you're allowed to train with people.
That's interesting.
So there's a lot of rules. You can go find it on USADA's website. They have a lot of a list of the big things that are changing. The British Columbia Athletic Commission has released a paper confirming that they will. They're okay with some of the unified rules, but not all of the unified rules. Specifically, they will not be allowing the heel strikes to the kidney from guard. They still think that's a bad thing to have. And they also will not be adopting the new definition of a grounded fighter. They like the original one.
Okay. I'm glad that our unified rules are so unified.
I mean, we've talked about this. We talked about this with Eric from MMA News when we were talking about the sanctions. We were saying, obviously there's this loophole for fighters that can go fight on, Indian grounds and not have to worry about suspensions. Just like rules. Some places have these rules. Some places say no. It sucks that there's nothing all across the board similar to the Olympics. The Olympics, They have one set rules to be considered, as the Olympic rules for whatever sport it is, and that's the ones you have to follow to be able to compete.
But don't we run into these problems when we have like world competitions and then go to the Olympics? Because for world competitions, there's different rules from going into Olympic, right? I
think so. Yeah.
I think you would know, like for jiu-jitsu, right? No.
Well, I mean, there's no Olympic jiu-jitsu, but
okay.
But I think so. So I don't. So
they just have Olympic kickboxing, right?
They have Olympic kickboxing.
They have taekwondo. They have kickboxing. They have boxing. They have Greco-Roman wrestling. But yeah, I mean that's a good point. There's definitely different rules for
the world's competition as far as when you go
versus the unified Olympic rules for sure.
Right. Sorry, let me catch you off guard.
About
something that didn't even exist.
It's like the snowboarders can smoke all the weed they want till they get to the Olympics.
Till noon.
No.
The week before.
That's not for the Olympics, sir.
Yeah, that's USADA.
I don't know if it's the same.
Okay.
This is different competition. I think.
If you're a snowboarder, don't smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly, the GSP and UFC have reportedly come to terms.
6 fights, right?
That's what I'm reading.
Are you shitting me?
That's what I'm reading.
Wow.
It was all over the news this week coming up.
So that means we'll at least see him once.
I was going to say, is there a clause where if he gets the shit knocked out of him in his first fight, he's like, never mind, I was kidding. I did not.
Really UFC Dana White told TSN that me and GSP got everything straight. Middleweight champion Bisping said that one of the trainers told him the deal is done. He definitely wants to come out of retirement, and he wants to fight Bisping for the title. So I guess he's moving up to middleweight now. He's going to 185. He's been taking enough time off. I mean, that was something he talked about before. They're saying that the relationship has never been better. Obviously, Ariel Helwani was reporting multiple sources have confirmed that they have agreed to terms and they're finalizing the new contract.
Wow.
I've heard he will be coming back in the third quarter of this year.
Well, they need somebody. Ronda's dead. Brock Lesnar is retired again.
I say we have a bunch of retirements going on. We have Brock Lesnar. We have Cody Bollinger. We have Philip Nover. We have James Mustari. All have retired this week. So yeah, like you're saying,
Quite a movement.
lot of big names.
Well, I mean, okay, if let's say Brock, Ronda, and Conor are off the table for the time being. If you were to look at the UFC without GSP, then who is your multi-million-dollar draw? Who's going to pull the numbers that Conor, Brock, or
Diaz.
Ronda did?
Diaz.
I think Diaz would,
Either
like,
one of
across
them.
the board.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
Cody Garbrandt.
Cody Garbrandt, yeah, is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't see Cody Garbrandt pulling those numbers.
No, but I see the Diaz is pulling those numbers. But any one of them.
I think maybe both of them combined.
I think you're going to be surprised. Waterson's going to pull some numbers.
Penn pulls numbers every time he fights. He shouldn't anymore, but every time he pulls numbers, he fights.
I just think
Cyborg?
it was definitely maybe. I think it was a necessary move by the UFC to get GSP back in there through any means necessary.
I agree. I totally agree.
What were the numbers on 208? Were they bad?
They're 200,000 pay-per-view buys.
That's it?
Dana White said it was one of their worst events ever.
The gate was good, wasn't it?
He said the best part of the event was getting on the plane to go home.
Wow.
No joke.
Wow.
That was his direct.
But his big problem was with the officiating.
The officiating, the
and
fight.
how
We'll
do
get
you-
to that when we get to the
Okay,
fights. So jumping into, let's see, we got a couple little things. We have Zajecek and Arande have a date, UFC 212, June 3rd in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. That's also going to have a unification bout between Jose Aldo and Max Holloway.
Good times.
So that is pretty cool. You got a main and co-main. You got 2 belts on the line.
Yeah, I like that.
We have on the Bellator front, Michael Venom Page is going to fight Derek Anderson at Bellator 179 in London.
Who's he dodging? Who did he fight? Phil Davis?
No. He was going to fight Paul
Semtex Daly. Yeah.
But then they ended up making Semtex fight McDonald.
Yeah.
Which
Rory.
really
So he's going to be fighting
the bigger numbers.
He's going to be fighting on that same card. So obviously, I think whoever wins either fight, they're going to be calling out that guy.
Almost like a mini tournament type
Kind of
thing.
have it going on.
Yeah.
We have right before we get into what happened over the weekend at 208. We have UFC Ultimate Fighter 25 cast has been released.
Crazy.
This is the Redemption
That
cast.
picture is fucking with me hardcore, dude.
The
Making me
Pitbull
go-
picture.
No,
No,
the face.
double eyes,
Yeah,
double
the
lips.
Pitbull.
Is that a pit bull? I'm getting cross-eyed looking at that
Yes.
goddamn
Doesn't
thing.
it look like Pitbull from
Yeah, it's fucked up.
like Mr. Worldwide?
If I do cross my eyes and squint and then blink real quick, yes. It's definitely
So we have the cast coming back. See if you recognize any of these names. We have Seth Baczynski. Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was 5-6 in the UFC. Madedi Baghdad went 0-2 in the UFC from Tough 22. I don't remember him. Sorry. Justin Edwards 2-5 in the UFC at Tough 13. Don't really remember you. Sorry. Tom Gallicino was
So did he win his season?
who?
Tom the Tank?
No.
No. So that's why he's 0-0.
That's why he's 0-0 in the UFC, didn't he?
So
He was
confused about
on
that.
Tough
Okay.
22. Did not even get in a fight in the
That's why this
UFC.
is called Redemption.
Eddie Gordon, who was the Tough 19 winner. I still don't fucking remember you, dude. I'm sorry. You went 1-3. I don't even fucking remember you. Hader Hassan.
I remember Hader's son.
I remember him.
He was recent. Tough 21. Okay.
21 finalist. He went 0-2. James Krause from Tough 15 went 4-3.
There you go.
Coming back. Julian Lane was from Tough 16. Didn't even get a chance to fight in the UFC.
Diego Lima?
Okay.
Okay.
Tough 19 finalist went 1-3. Didn't do so well. Ramsey Nijum is the big name for me. Besides the last two here, we'll get to. But
I
Ramsey
thought he
Nijum,
went to Bellator.
Ramsey Nijum 5-5 in the UFC. Tough 13 finalist. I can't remember. Gilbert Smith 0-1 in the UFC from
So
Tough
Ramsey
17.
Nijum's got the most experience in the UFC.
Don't fucking
except
remember
for the
him.
guys that
Dude,
were
how
coming
can you forget Chocolate Thunder?
Chocolate Thunder.
Don't remember him.
Fucking Chocolate
I've seen
Thunder.
that show.
Hector Urbina, Tough 19 quarterfinalist, went 1-2. Don't fucking remember you. Sorry, dude. And then the two big names that surprised the shit out of me, JT Money Taylor. You'll remember him from The Ultimate Fighter where he kicked out the fucking window after he won the whole show. And Dana White said, go get your shit together before you ever come back here again. You remember him?
Vaguely, yeah.
He was the wrestler with the Forest Rampage season. I think it was
That's
Forest
right.
Rampage season
That's
where
right, yeah.
he just went crazy, kicked out the window, grabbed that stripper's ass or some shit like that. When he was
That's
walking
right,
out of the casino,
yeah.
started throwing around, telling everybody he's an ultimate fighter.
As soon as you throw a stripper out, Joey's like, yeah,
That's
totally
right. I remember
it's
that.
clear.
Yeah,
I remember
he's
him.
30 and
Yeah.
15. He's been fighting all over the place.
He's
So,
lost his shit.
and then Joe Daddy Stevenson making a comeback.
Love it.
I didn't realize he's only 34. I thought he was like 40.
God, he's young.
He's got like 12 kids.
So how old was he? Like
Ultimate
16 and Tough 2?
Tough 2 season 2 winner. Went 8-8. Last time I remember him, he got his ass beat by BJ Penn and cried with the blood all over his
Oh,
face.
dude,
Like,
BJ Penn licked the blood off the glove.
yeah.
Joe Daddy Stevenson was the one who he went up in weight just so he could compete on Tough 2. He was competing way out of his weight class. And
Yeah.
he was also the one who did that challenge.
The Tree of Woe challenge?
Tree of Woe.
Yeah.
That was so
Around,
fucked up.
what's his name? The
Brad?
Yeah, the big guy.
And then who was Let Me Bang, bro?
That was Night Train.
Night Train?
Yeah.
I guess
The one
he
who
was-
cried.
He never
Five
never won in the UFC. Never won in the UFC.
This is going to be an interesting drama-filled season, I think.
That's what I was telling him. I was like, a lot of these names, they were like, dude, he was hella drunk. Okay, he's in.
Yeah.
So
We need-
Ultimate Fighter.
I want
25.
Loden Kincaid, man.
Didn't we have to look up to see if that guy was alive last
And then
time?
we still can't remember if he is or not every time. Sorry, Loden. I really.
And then the big news over this week that was reported, not reported, reported, not
This is
reported.
so
The
dumb.
biggest, dumbest stories out there. More drama with Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor is literally the biggest fucking troll
We
in
have
the history of
a
trolls.
report on Robert Murdoch's The Sun said that they have come to terms.
For $1 billion.
And then there was another story
$1
that said
billion.
yes. Mayweather Senior said, "Oh yeah, that it's confirmed. It's confirmed." Then Joe Rogan said, "Like, how the fuck is this even possible?" Colin Cowherd went on his show and said, "Yeah, it's gonna be September 17th. It's absolutely happening." Dana White came out and said, "Absolutely fucking not. It's not happening. It'll never happen." We went into discussion
I
talking.
should tell you right there that it's gonna.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
It's totally happening.
Talking about,
100%.
they need to allow elbows, kicks, and
Don't believe
punches.
his
It's going to be an
lies.
MMA bout. And then you had McGregor, in the boxing footage with Chris Van Heerden. And then you have Mayweather saying it's not actually happening. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I like what he said. He was like, McGregor, you take care of your side bitch, UFC.
Yeah.
And then come talk to me. But until then, nothing's happening.
And then, McGregor was in a Facebook Live Q&A and said, will it ever happen between you and Floyd? He said, yeah, where's my money? If you keep dropping my name and you haven't got my money, then I'm going to show up at your front door. It was discussed again where Mayweather said, if I am going to come out of retirement, Conor McGregor is the only fight that I'm interested in.
Really?
So that fueled more
Ah.
flames. It's ridiculous, man. It's just gone back and forth. My favorite, though, was Fox Sports 1 putting up their ad for it.
There, it's on promo.
But it's on, but it's not actually on. Where it's like Conor McGregor not confirmed, Mayweather not confirmed, like in a
That's
date that may or
awesome.
may not be confirmed. You can buy your tickets on Schmatterday. So, and Eric recently posted something from my MMA News. He was talking about how it's like if I had $1 for every time somebody fucking asked me about this fight, he's like, I could probably pay for this pay per view because it's going to cost me a shit ton of money.
Uh-huh.
And I said, yeah, if I had $1 for every time I heard it mentioned, we could probably pay one of the purses for these idiots to fight. Like, it's absolutely nuts. How many people think this is actually going down?
They should
Conor-
crowdfund it.
Yeah, we'll start a GoFundMe.
No, fuck that, man. Fuck that. They're already going to get their goddamn pay. You're going to crowdfund it for them to do a pay-per-view where they're going to get more money? Fuck both of them. No, hell no.
But we get a percentage.
No, I want to stream that shit.
But we get a
it for free.
percentage.
All right. So Conor McGregor got to Vegas, took a picture of himself in a throne, and said that Floyd Mayweather had retired upon Conor McGregor landing in Vegas. And then Conor McGregor was also down in Los Angeles somewhere near a beach doing an interview with GQ, and hey, what are you doing down here? He said, I don't know, maybe I'll go on a look out for Khloe Kardashian's fat ass.
Oh, yeah.
So he's on a whaling trip, apparently. So, like I said, biggest troll in the world right now is Conor McGregor, but so be it. Jumping on to UFC 208 that went down over the weekend. This happened in Brooklyn?
Not my 208. It's not my
208.
208.
Not my 208.
First, we had poor fucking Ian McCall gets
Dude.
removed the night of the fight because he get transported to the hospital to
Hey, that was a prop
gastrointestinal issues.
That was a prop bet.
And
That
was a prop
pulled
bet, 10 to
from the
1.
card.
I actually put a bet on this fight card again, which I very seldomly do because I always lose. And one of my picks was Ian McCall. So I instantly lost my entire parlay. It was fucking gone. Just completely out the window. I got 2 of my fight picks right on this entire card.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about this story. We'll bring that back
I have
up.
to go back.
Yeah. Anyway.
So we had Ryan LaFleur go up against Rowan Carnero with unanimous decision in favor of Ryan LaFleur.
Get used to that term, decision.
Yeah. We had one finish
Sorry,
in this
Decision
entire
Fest 2017.
fucking card.
So these are all going to be decisions in favor of Rick Glenn over Philippe Nover. Also,
Who retired?
Nova retired?
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, he was on the list. Islam over Nick Lentz. Wilson Reyes up against Ukla. Wilson gets the win. Bilal Muhammad over Randy Brown. Jumping onto your main card here, a majority decision in favor of Dustin Poirier.
Fight of the night.
And Jim Miller.
That was a great fight.
Yeah, it was a great fight.
Do you think that Jim Miller should have won that fight?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Even though Dustin Poirier couldn't walk afterwards?
Yeah. And his leg wasn't broken.
So did Conor McGregor. He had to get on crutches.
True. All right.
Yeah, he had to get helped up.
And one of the picks that I got right for the entire night, Glover Teixeira
Yes.
over Jared Cannonier with unanimous decision, like we said. And then my other pick that I got right,
Yes.
Jacare Souza over the blue-collar brawler Tim Boach. We hate
I
to
won
see,
the entire side until we get to the main event.
Fuck you guys.
hate to see Tim Boach lose, but at the same time,
yeah.
love Jacare Souza. Another step closer.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I wouldn't say I got Randame, but I don't even feel good about that.
No. Anderson Silva. Do you feel good about that?
No, that was I'm not happy with that at all.
Derek Brunson.
Because now Anderson Silva, he's one of those guys where it's like
No.
we've talked about on the show forever, where it's like you've now become that fighter to where you're fucking up everybody else's chances.
It doesn't matter. They fought equally, and Anderson Silva had to chase him around.
Okay, that's fine, but what I'm saying is
And that's why he
he's
won.
one of those guys who's going to fuck up the chances of other guys chasing that title.
If you can't beat a fucking guy who's been around since the dawn of the fucking sport, you don't need to fucking move. I'm serious. It's just
No,
like when people complain about Henderson. Why is he still in the rankings? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me why a 24-year-old guy can't knock out a 46-year-old motherfucker.
Because he's got the H-bomb.
No, because you're a bitch. If you can't beat a fit 46-year-old man, fucking don't go in there.
No,
it's
it's
the law of bars.
too much
If you
respect
walk
for
into
him.
a fucking bar and you can't beat up the 46-year-old biker in there, don't go to that bar anymore. Go hang out at Donaby's.
But we hugged it out. We hugged it out and everything was fine. There's no problem. We're friends now.
We're friends now.
I wasn't even. No, you were fighting. That was Fat Guy Fayette, and that. Not to mention the huge Indian I was gonna have to fight.
But we hugged.
Yeah,
it's
it was
all good.
we hugged
now.
it out. That was good. That was good. I wasn't even talking about that, but thanks for bringing it up.
Jermaine Durandame is now your 145-pound champion over Holly Holm. Controversial fight with late punches after the bell.
48-47, 48-47, 48-47 across the board. Now, we had it was a 5-round fight. You had your second round. She hit her after the bell.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, was it after the bell she was throwing while the horn was going off? I don't know. It looked like the combo. The first one, maybe. The second one looked like it was after the bell to me.
Yeah, I think she deserved the warning after the double shot, but the first one was in motion.
And then the third round, it happened again.
Yeah.
Where it was after the bell,
And
and that's when he gave her the warning.
Right.
Everyone is saying the warning should have came on the first one. The second one should have been a point taken away. The fight could have went to Holly Holm if the point was taken away. Looking at the scores, or possibly, been a draw. Now, there's also the fact that Holly Holm did almost kick her when she was down. I don't remember if anybody remembers that.
Yeah.
Holly Holm went in for the question mark kick,
Almost doesn't count.
knocked her down, put her hands. I couldn't from the angle. I couldn't see.
Right.
It looked like she kicked her in the head while both hands were down. Now, it looked like she also was on her way back up, and it possibly hit her in the shoulder. I couldn't see from the angle. I know that's being discussed as well.
But this is
And
why,
another thing, you know how you deal with decisions? Finish the fucking fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we say, if you don't.
but this is
I
why
definitely
Holly Holm
feel-
has a case, though, because there was a second time that Jermaine Durandame went on her after the bell.
I
That's why she
definitely
has a case.
But
believe
there was no first.
I definitely believe that Holly Holm had the better of the rounds 4 and 5, and 3 was the turning point. Jermaine Durandame had the betters of rounds 1 and 2, and possibly 3. That's for me watching the fight. It was up in the air.
Okay,
And
if you go,
She changed up her game plan, and I
Right.
feel like she started counter punching and counter striking. Where in the first one, she really wasn't. Now, I will definitely give damage to Randame.
Okay,
her
so I was
punches
gonna
were
ask.
heavier, and she was doing more damage, especially in the beginning.
even though that apparently has no
warrant. Holly Holm's camp is appealing the loss due to what they consider the points that should have been deducted.
as is
It
Brunson
would have been
too,
a
right?
draw. I haven't heard that one. I've only heard the Holly Holm one. They said that they're going to put it together. Now the problem is the only way they can get this thing as an appeal is if the ref didn't just make a mistake. It has to be overturned if there's collusion, a scoring error, or the referee did not know the rules. Now, a lot of people are saying this referee should never have been the referee for a main event fight, especially because he was a New York referee. They've only been fighting in New York for a very, very short time, and that he wasn't a well-traversed and basically a good ref, that he didn't know the rules and didn't know what he should have been doing. There was another referee that had come out and said, we've been told that you hear the claps of the sticks for 10 seconds. You have to be within 1 foot of the fighters to be able to break the action. He wasn't within 1 foot. He was a few back for his jumping in there and, Randomase throwing extra punches at and after the bell. Holly Holm believes that they were on purpose. Obviously, Jermaine Randomase saying no, she didn't hear. She only stopped after the referee was in there.
I wish that Holly Holm would say, I want to appeal this because of the punches after the bell, and not accuse Jermaine Durandame of doing it on purpose, because we haven't seen Jermaine Durandame.
She's not a dirty fighter.
Yeah,
we haven't seen anything like this before from her, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
It's not like she's fucking Rusamar Pilar is.
Yeah, who's holding on to leg locks nonstop.
You still hold on to one right now?
They still hold on to one.
Right now. He's got one on his keychain like a fucking rabbit's foot.
Just a leg. So, obviously, Jermaine Randomase saying, I want to fight Holly Holm again. Let's squash this beef, because I don't want to fight that other person that's coming back.
No, Cyborg, you wait
Yeah.
until we figure this out, and then I'm going to lose, so it'll be a trilogy.
It's bad. It's like, who's getting fed to the lion?
So, yeah.
So that's it for UFC 208, and then we jump into this weekend's fight cards. We have a Bellator, and we have
a UFC. Let's go Bellator, since it's happening tomorrow.
Okay, we can jump onto your main card here, because the undercard is huge.
And on Spike.com.
Spike.com, and not a single one of them has a clickable name. So Josh Koscheck is shaking on Mauricio Alonso to kick off your main card here. I guess good luck, Koscheck. I don't know.
I'm just glad he's finally going to fight in Bellator.
Yeah, his first fight in Bellator.
It is. He's been over there forever.
Yeah, he's had 2 lined up so far and pulled out of both of them.
I believe, yeah.
And then Vida Arteaga going up against Brooke Mayo.
That's for your women's flyweight. I don't think it's not a title or anything, but it's for your women's flyweight, which we don't see very many women fight in Bellator, so I like seeing.
Was that Koscheck's record?
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, that's losses. Yeah.
It sounded like a Christmas song. La 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 la.
Yeah, 5 fights skated.
Chikungo against Ollie Thompson. I like that fight.
That's a cool fight. A good stand-up war right there.
The Punk
is going up against
Josh Thompson.
Freire.
Yeah.
Going
against Pitbull, yep.
And then the white whale for the UFC, Fedor Emelianenko, is going up against Cement Head, Matt Mitrione.
You got me hitting this, or you got Fedor?
You know me, I'm going with the Russian.
If I want to see Fedor put hands on him like he put hands on Arlovsky.
Do you? Because I know that's like bad memories for you.
But I don't like Mitrione. So I want to see what happens to Cement Head when he gets hit by a big F-bomb.
All right.
And then if he can walk through it like he's walked through so many other people's punches, then I fear for Fedor.
Okay.
But then it could turn into one of those like Don Fry, who was the other guy? We watched the fight last week.
Satayama.
Satayama, yeah. That fight where they just hold each other and
just hockey punching.
I like it because they both got dad bods, so like you say, it's gonna look like 2 dads fighting at a t-ball game.
Like a t-ball game,
especially if Fedor comes in wearing the sweater and then takes it off.
I hope he does that.
That'd be amazing.
Mass destruction. Jumping on to your, what is this? Is it Ultimate Fight Night? I can't even keep track of these anymore.
This is Ultimate Fight Night, Lewis versus Brown. Ultimate Fight Night 105 going down in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Nova Scotia.
At the Scotiabank Center.
So for this fight, if you have 2 hands, if you have 1 hand down, you're a grounded opponent. Because it's British Columbia, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
It's Canada, right?
So that's so confusing because you think you're going to be like if you fight close to the border, like if you fight up in Idaho or something, you think you're like, so you put your hand down, then you get booted in the face. You're like, no, I had a hand down. No, it's the U.S. U.S.
is totally different. In Canada, if you have a hand down and you kick somebody in the face, you go, sorry. And they go, oh, okay, it's fine.
So about it.
Everything's okay then. Jumping on to your prelims, your Fight Pass. 1 fight on Fight Pass. $10 a month really working for you there. Gerald, long ass name.
There's so much more on Fight Pass, Joey.
Going up against Ryan Jones.
Janes,
sorry, and then that's it. That's all you get on Fight Pass. Then moving on from there, you got Jack Marshman going up against Thiago Santos. Alaman Zabidi going up against Reginaldo Vieira. Carla Esparza taking on Random Marcos.
So now we can talk about that story. Carla Esparza is not allowed to walk out to Metallica anymore.
Oh, that's right.
She's been coming out to Harvester of Sorrow since her first fight ever.
Because fucking Lars watched UFC.
Yeah. And told her that they're no longer allowed to use that.
Oh, I guarantee there's nobody else in that band that gave a shit. Lars was watching, what's this UFC? Is that our song?
You think you'd be happy?
No, he's not. He's not happy.
He didn't get paid for it, so he's not happy.
He was watching UFC to find something else to protest, and then he fucking heard that song. How dare you?
Going up against Randall Marcos, I like that fight.
He was
That's a-
still
it's a
mad
great
about Gaga.
He needs fucking diamond-plated knobs on his gold sink.
He's not even mad about Gaga. James Hetfield is mad about Gaga. James Hetfield has turned into fucking to Clint Eastwood in fucking Gran
off
Torino.
my lawn!
Yeah, he's turning to get off my lawn. Fucking moved to Montana. He's like, fuck San Francisco and everybody from there. And Lars like, come on, man. Everything's cool. Don't worry about it.
Let's go back to therapy.
James was like fucking throwing shit around in the dressing room after the Gaga incident, just angry. Lars said it was the most intense 10 minutes that he's had with James in like 20 years.
Nobody puts Hetfield in the corner.
Since therapy.
Since therapy, exactly. So yeah, it's Nova Harvester. Sorry. Honestly, this is probably the lawyers putting out a
of
DCME on it, and really Metallica be like, I don't give a shit. Do we still play Harvester of Sorrow? I don't know.
No.
Can they do an acoustic version as long as they change a bar?
You could probably do it.
Like Harvester.
You do a
Sorrow.
You do a step up
Or do like a Apocalyptica version or something.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking
with
awesome.
fucking cellos. Down for that.
Oh, I love Jello.
Nordine Talib going against Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Ponzinibbio. I'm a huge fan of the
Ponzinibbio.
not Ponzinibbio's name, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Ponzinibbio on this one. And then Alessandro Ricci going up against Paul Felder.
Falder.
Sarah McMahon against Gina Mazzini.
Sarah.
Elias Theodore going up against Cesar Ferreira. Both these guys coming off Ultimate Fighter.
I think I like Elias in this fight.
I like Elias. I
I'll
do
go
too.
with Caesar.
Smiling Sam Cecilia going up against Gavin Tucker.
Smiling Sam is just moving on up, man.
I like him.
Yeah, I like seeing this guy do good things. It's cool. So I'm gonna root for him again. on this
Actually,
one.
that's not even Smiling Sam.
No, you
that's
guys
Sam
think
Alvey.
it's Sam
Alvey.
Alvey.
Yeah, this is Sam Cecilia.
Well, just because you make
This
me think-
is
you make me
apparently
think of
the
Smiling
Sicilian.
It's the
This
Sicilian.
is Sam the Pizza Cecilia.
That'll work.
Johnny Hendricks moving up to middleweight.
Did he make weight?
Maybe. We don't know. He weighs in tomorrow.
He weighs in tomorrow.
Oh,
was
this
at-
is on Sunday.
It's on
Yeah, it's
Sunday.
a Sunday.
Oh fuck me! He was 197 yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, was it yesterday? I thought it was Tuesday night.
No, Tuesday night he was 196. He fucking gained a pound. He gained a fucking pound, man.
Did
Do you,
see
do
the
you
one-
have like a Johnny Hendricks app that like
Yeah, I
constantly
do.
tells you his weight?
I get Johnny
It's
Hendricks
like
updates.
like the Nike Plus thing. It's in
Yeah.
his shoes, so as he's walking, it's like, oh, he's gained a pound. Oh, he's lost a pound.
Yeah.
Did he take a shit? He lost 3 pounds. Oh, he
Yeah.
must be eating. He's got 5 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
Drop that raccoon.
Did you see somebody tweeted, hey, somebody get a hold of Johnny Hendricks. He left his half-eaten burger at my place. Somebody's like, you're a fucking liar. Johnny Hendricks doesn't leave anything half-eaten.
100%.
going up against Hector Lombard.
I
I got to go Lombard.
don't know, man. I want to wait until Johnny Hendricks weighs in. I really do.
All right.
I want to see him weigh in at fucking 205. That's what I want to see happen.
Not even middle. Not even what he might. He comes in at 208.
Yeah, fuck it.
I think it would be awesome if they did to him like they did to, who's the, Mayhem Miller when he overweighed.
Yeah,
and
and he
he's
just
like,
stands
so
there.
I guess I'm not fighting, right? Oh, no. We have somebody
We have a heavyweight
that's
for
going to
you.
fight you at 205. What the
Should
fuck?
he just walk in and be like,
Yeah.
When he took off his board shorts and he was 35 pounds
Yeah.
overweight.
Yeah.
Dude, and that 205 guy beat the shit out of him.
Derek Lewis?
Well, real quick, Johnny
Yeah.
Hendricks, his quote this week was, "No, I feel great. I'm training twice a day. I'm living life again, and I'm eating everything I want."
Bullshit. His quote was,
I like it. Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, going up against Travis Brown. I feel so bad for Travis Brown right now.
Big Hopper's going to lose?
Oh, God. I think he's going to lose. He might die.
KO, third round.
oh, and
Third
they're saying,
round?
I'll give him third.
and they're saying Taverdine won't be in his corner.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Targaryen?
What? Taverdine,
Edmund?
right? Edmund.
Edmund's not going to be in his...
Targaryen.
Targaryen. It's Game of Thrones, right?
Edmund's not going to be in his corner, huh?
Yeah.
No, Edmund's not going to be in his corner.
We'll
but
see.
you got to keep in mind, Travis Brown has thrown like a cumulative 50 strikes in his last 3 fights. And Derek Lewis is going to murder him.
All right.
He's going to murder him.
I think Derek Lewis is going to win. Yeah.
I'm going to go as close to second round knockout.
Derek Lewis is explosive.
And athletic.
Yep.
I like it. We'll see what happens on Sunday night, apparently, coming at you from Nova Scotia. Don't forget to watch your free Bellator tomorrow night with Fedor going up against Matt Mitrione. That's going to be an awesome fight. Coming at you right here from our area out of San Jose from the SAP Center. Sink my battleship.
You always got the coolest fucking background.
Big thanks to our sponsors, MyMMAnews.com. They do this 24/7. We do it once a week. So if you want breaking news, follow MyMMAnews.com or
Yeah,
at
how you
MyMMA.
dig that new streamer? That's awesome.
We haven't. Oh, hey, look at that. That's cute.
Yeah, it
I like
rolls. It
Does
rolls.
it?
You watch it?
It changes.
It changes.
And of course, StrongBoardBalance.com. Change the way you work out. Get on board. StrongBoardBalance.com. He's fucking down again. Now we know how it's going to go this weekend.
Goes against Paul Daly. That could happen.
That could completely happen. StrongBoardBalance.com. Check them out on their Instagram as well, and you can possibly win yourself a free Strongboard. From the Ruloff Family Inc. Studios, it is Bueller and Dodge saying have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.